Yeah, so first of all, I'll start with an update tomorrow. Our biggest concern is that there's not enough activities daily for people to actually enjoy the game. And there's a lot of you guys who already reached the maximum level and you just don't know what to do. So this was our primary concern with this update, and we made it so that now we have special events running, one event every 2 weeks with a special unique reward, and people can participate in it, and it's free and you can get exciting rewards from this. And the first event will be about a new hero. So you'll be able to complete special daily missions and you'll get rewards, and you'll be able to acquire epic and rare heroes, and also you'll be able to acquire a new hero. So we're making it so that even players that don't want to spend money, they'll still be able to acquire this hero. So this is like more about the activity than anything else. Another type of events we're doing with this update is we're introducing special legendary guns that are very good for PvP. You'll be able to acquire these weapons through the same event system, but on just different dates. So once we're done with the hero event, after that we'll have another event that will be dedicated to the special legendary weapon, but you'll also be able to acquire more legendary stuff from it, not just this weapon. And after that we'll have another update about legendary weapon. So we'll just have activities running through the wall up until we'll have a next update. And in this next update we will also have new events, so this way we won't run out of things to do for the whole duration until we make the next update. That's not all about this update, there's a lot more into this. We're finally introducing a cooperative gameplay, so you'll be able to play with just random people. This is run through the special event system, so you can only play on weekends right now. The reason for that is that the event is not quite polished as we hoped for, so we had to either postpone the update date or do this in a beta mode. So we decided that it's already too much waiting, so we decided to release the cooperative event anyway. But for now, there's a chance that it won't run as smoothly as we hoped for, and because of this we'll be updating the game after this update within the next week. We'll be fixing every problem we can probably find with this cooperative mode. I'm just saying that you can expect there will be some problems with this event, but we still wanted to bring it early to you so that you can experience it, play and enjoy, because this is a really cool event and we want everyone to play it. But once again, it will be available through the weekends only for now. Now, let's go to the questions.
The first question was, will there be a method to combine low-tier crafting materials to create some better materials? For example, 15 gray cores to 1 green core and stuff like that.
I got it. Okay, I got it. So yeah, we are aware of this problem. We know that people are now stuck in a lot of cores, and we know that eventually we'll find a way to combine them. We just couldn't do this in this update, but we know about this problem and we want it to be solved one way or another. So the answer is yes, we'll do it, but no, not in this update. I'm really sorry about this.
And any time limits when this feature could be expected?
So our next update is already very, very full of features and things to do. We might try and stick it in the next update or not. I'm not really sure. I cannot really promise you right now, but I'll do my best to find a way to introduce it with the next update.
Thank you very much for your answer. Will we have any other methods to obtain shards for the epic heroes?
Yes.
To make them more obtainable?
Yes, absolutely. So first of all, like I said, we'll have a special event running for the new hero, but through this event you'll be able to acquire more shards for rare and epic heroes, including the new one. So another one will be doing a rotation for shards in the arena shop, and in this update that is coming tomorrow, there will be another hero, that's absolutely for sure, and we'll be rotating them as well. We'll probably add more ways than just this, but with this update, it will be already more ways to acquire this. So yeah, we are working on this.
Well, next one is one of the most frequently asked questions, and it's about daily missions and their difficulty. A lot of people complain about daily missions being too easy to be entertaining and for the last one to be impossible to beat. Any plans for fixing it in the nearest future?
I had a discussion about this with a project head today. So the problem with difficulty is that we cannot really make it difficult for everyone. So we cannot really change the way that the story missions are played right now. But we are working on the next type of, I would say, a special mode, which will be in the next update, in the update that after the one we are doing tomorrow. This will be a special mode that will be much more challenging and it will be much more interesting. So the next update will, this is the major feature of the next update. Our intention is to make it much more challenging and interesting to play.
So nothing will be changed in this upcoming update regarding daily missions?
No, we are trying to make the overall progression a little bit more smooth. There will be less missions that are hard to pass and beat. You won't have as high steps in power requirement as we have right now, so the overall progression will be smoother. That's what we're doing.
Okay. Any plans to create some different type of missions, like boss missions or survival missions?
Yeah, we've been thinking about making something with fighting a boss as a separate mode, a mission. So this idea is frequently discussed on our meetings, but we already decided what our next mode will be. So for now, we're not doing anything with the boss fights, but we eventually, I think, will do something about it because the overall idea seems appealing. So yeah, it looks good. It looks cool. We want to do something like this.
And what about PvP missions? Maybe some new arenas?
Do you mean PvP arenas?
Yeah, like cooperative arenas?
Yeah, so now, because we have a cooperative mode, we're putting a lot of servers around the world so that people would be matching together in different locations. So we have servers in Asia, in America, Brasilia, in Europe, so basically all around the world. And once we have this cooperative mode running, we'll be able to eventually optimize our game so that people can play without lags and other problems. And this is a step to making an online PvP mode where you can actually control and fight simultaneously with other players. Once we're done with this cooperative mode, once we tune it so that it can be played without much problems, we'll probably move forward to making another PvP mode that is much more challenging and can be played like 2-on-2, maybe 3-on-3, but probably we'll start with 1-on-1. So I cannot say that you can expect it within the 2 updates from now, but this is one of our biggest goal and one of our biggest challenges with development right now. But we definitely want to do something like this, and this is our goal.
While we're at the multiplayer topic, what about guilds, friends, social activities?
Yeah.
Are they planned?
Absolutely. So we've been seriously considering making guilds in the next update, but we had to decide whether we want a new mode or guilds, and judging from current player wishes, we thought that adding a new mode that would be more challenging and more interesting to play would be more interesting to players than making guilds. So we decided that we would postpone the guilds, and I don't know if we're gonna make them in the next update that would come after the next update. It's pretty hard to explain the order of the updates, but yeah, we are considering this as our closest goal to add to the game, because the game is intended to be a community-based game, and we want people to be able to play together. So yeah, we are going to do this.
Okay. Next question. Will there be anything like resource exchange system? A lot of people have this big pile of gold and know where to spend it.
So
maybe gold for dog tags or dog tags for shards.
there won't be a system to convert gold into dog tags, that's absolutely for sure. But there will be more ways to spend gold in the upcoming updates. We do want to make gold more useful and more interesting to acquire. But as for direct conversion, no, there won't be one.
Are you going to add anything new to the arena shop, like new chests, new equipment, something useful for the high-level players?
Like I said, we'll be rotating heroes with the arena shop. I know it's not quite useful as people hope, and I keep speaking about this on our meetings. We'll be definitely improving this arena shop, and we have a special system we plan to add with the update after the next update that will introduce an additional customization to characters, and it will require a special type of items or upgrades or currency to be used in this system, and it will be connected with this arena shop, and the arena shop would be one of the primary sources for this. So with this system, the arena shop would be much more important for players. So I'd say that we'll fix this in the upcoming updates.
Okay. Now we have this question about the turret control.
Yes.
Yeah, what is it? When to expect it in the game?
So there's a story about this thing. On early stages of the game, we wanted to make something cool that would be like a wall thing. So the idea was to make this ultimate weapon that can be used once a level. So you have it in the game. But we didn't want to just make this ultimate weapon. We want to make it customizable, upgradable, and things like that. So that's how we made this turret room, so that it is intended to be connected with the ultimate weapons. You'll be able to upgrade it, make the weapon more powerful, potentially have other super weapons. So we made this, but we couldn't finish such a big feature with one update, and after that, in the next updates, we had more challenges and people were asking for different things, and we had to postpone this, and now this is just a room that was intended to be used as a connection to the super weapon, but it has no actual usage right now, and it won't have with the next update, unfortunately, but we know we have to finish it. It's a shame it's not yet complete. Once it's ready, you'll see it as a special room for ultimate weapon that would affect your gameplay, but it's not yet ready, unfortunately. It's a sad story for me.
Any plans to create some new type of guns?
Yeah.
Like shotguns or rocket launchers?
Absolutely. We're experimenting with gun mechanics, and the next two guns we'll have as legendary guns in the events. They have an interesting mechanics with them. So we think that eventually not just mechanics would be changed, but that there would be more types of weapons, or we'll be adding more types of skills that looks like weapons. For example, like Jack has a flamethrower right now. We'll be definitely adding more like this. What we won't do is we won't have another class added to the 4 classes we have right now, and there won't be another type of weapons connected with this class. So this is not something we're gonna do in the recent future. But as for the interesting gun mechanics and interesting subtype of weapons, like you have a different type of sniper rifles, for example, that's something we consider doing, absolutely.
Okay. Can we have two different teams for defense and for the attack in PvP and an option to change them separately?
Yeah, so I haven't actually such a request before. This was the first time I've seen something like this. I do understand this idea, so it seems like it is a good thing to do. It's not really hard. So I had a chat with a project head today about this, and we consider doing this in the recent updates, probably in the next one. We haven't quite decided yet, so this is not a promise, but we do understand this problem, and we do understand that something should be done about this. So yeah, you can probably expect this with the next updates.
Yeah, we had a lot of requests about the force spawn option in daily missions, so high-level players would have the opportunity to play faster. What about that?
Yeah, I got this. So there's a problem with if you make wave spawn one with another, there would be a collision between monsters. So it's not as easy as people want it to be. We know about another problem that is connected with the daily missions, and that is sometimes if players are very powerful and they kill monsters way fast, then they would have to wait before the next wave is summoned. So there's a certain missions that have this problem. This problem will be fixed with the next update. But as for the general idea to be able to spawn waves one on another, that's quite challenging thing to do. So we haven't quite yet decided, but we keep thinking about this.
Will there be anything like offline mode or other way to play wherever and whenever?
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. So offline mode is really hard to do. And I know only a few online games that had actually made this offline mode. It's not like we don't want to. The problem is that if we decide to do this, this will take a lot of work and would probably be a separate full update, and we'll have to cut on other features. And there's a lot of features we want to do. There's a lot of features that player want us to do. This is not like quite worth a thing to do. And I do understand, and there's a lot of times when I want to play something offline, and there's a lot of games that are online these days, and sometimes especially when I'm on a long flight and I want to play something, and there's a lot of games I like, and all of them are online, and I cannot play them, and well, it's a shame, I know, but unfortunately it's really tough. It's a really hard thing to do, so we cannot really do this. I know, it's a good idea, I really like it.
I have this very specific question. Will there be a fixed time for the boosters and command center reload, like similar to the arena reload? Because for now, you have to set an alarm to check them in time.
Yeah, again, this one was a surprise to me. I haven't seen such a request before, but it's not a hard thing to do. So I've discussed it with the project manager. We'll be adding it to our pipeline, so we'll do this eventually.
That's good to hear. Are you planning any giveaways or events here or in the game?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. We'll be doing giveaways in our Discord, that's for sure.
How long into the future did you plan this game, and do you know where it's going? Do you have like end goal, or do you keep adjusting?
Okay, so it's a large question, I'd say. We have fixed plans for the two updates. For one update that is within the next month and a half, I guess. This one is already packed with features we want to do. We have some features that we wanted to do with this update, but they couldn't make it into this update. So this is like something we're gonna do in the nearest future, I'd say in the next update that is gonna be after the next update. We also have long goals, like long features that we want to do eventually, but we cannot do them right now because there's still a lot of work to do. For example, this online PvP mode, because it requires us to first finish cooperative mode and put servers on, make infrastructure work and things like that. And also we have long-term goals that we want to do, but we haven't quite yet decided whether we want this or this or this, but there's a lot of features we want to do. We always listen to players' feedback, we always see what players want. That's why we made this Discord in the first place. We want to have a direct feedback, and we have most of our development team watching Discord and reading what players think, what players want, and this is something really important for us. If we see people are upset about something, if we see people don't like difficulty, if we see people want some new things to do, if people are bored with the game, so of course we will be prioritizing these things in our updates. I'd say that each update consists of things players wanted, things we wanted to do, and things that had to be done because of some problems or, things like that. And we do plan to keep developing for a long time. The game is good, people like the game, and if we made a good game, you want to keep working on this, you want to keep polishing this, you want to keep introducing new features, new exciting stuff. So we don't want to stop right now. We don't have plans to stop in the nearest future. We plan on keep working on this. We plan to add cool features. And I'd say our end goal is to make a really good game, to make a game that everyone loves, to make a game that we love to play, to make games that eventually, when you think what you want to do next, you just cannot think of something because you have all these cool ideas in the game already. So I would say this is the final end goal. To have the game that you cannot think what else you can add there. So it's a hard goal, I know, but this is a good goal, I say. This is a good goal.
Yeah. And it's about skins and costumes.
Yes.
Yeah, you can guess.
There will be skins and there will be costumes. Absolutely. This is something we plan to do in the nearest future. So we're actually working on this right now. The question is whether we'll make it or not, but we hope that we will. And there will be more skins, there will be more ways to customize your heroes.
And will they affect on the appearance, or like skills and characteristics too?
This is something I cannot say right now.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a secret.
Yeah, okay.
So there's a question if we want to make something like a consumable item that can be used once before the mission. Also, an idea to complete the missions. Okay, so for consumable items, we haven't quite thought about it because it seems like a very monetization type of feature, and it's not really frequent for action games. And even if you think about original platformer games, there's no such thing as one-time consumable item. I say I'll put it down in our idea list and we'll discuss it, but I don't think it's gonna be one of the prioritized features in the next update. And for the next one, about instant completion of missions. So yeah, this is a frequent feature in some games. The problem with this feature is once you made an instant completion, that means your mission is not fun enough to play. So I'd say that there've been a couple of times where we considered doing something like this, and we always stopped. We always asked ourselves a question: if you make this, are you surrendering? Are you accepting the fact that your mission is not fun enough to play, so that you make this after completion? And we couldn't really accept this fact, maybe yet. We still want to make our mission more exciting to play. This is something we would rather do than make this instant completion. But I say this is not something absolutely no. This is something we know about, this is something we thought about.
We received a lot of questions about skins again.
Oh.
Halloween, Christmas, the currency.
Oh yeah, skins.
Will they be selling for real money?
This is a lot of questions to answer. I cannot really say because we're in early development of this feature. And what I say is that when you speak about events and when you speak about holidays and when you speak about skins, these things are quite good to combine. So I'd say that we're already working on something like this, but I won't spoiler it for you just yet. I want to keep this some of our later announcements, but this is definitely an interesting idea. You can expect skins to differ the appearance of the hero in a much bigger rate than you would normally expect from a skin. So we want it to be to not just different color or different equipment. We want skins to be more interesting than this. As for real money or in-game currency, in general, we don't have content that is very exclusive, and we don't want to be our game heavily monetized. So we want players to be able to play it. We want the players to be able to enjoy it, but at the same time, we want to introduce more ways to acquire a premium content. So we're like adding advertisements. We're trying to make it balanced. So we don't want it to be too monetized or too free to play or something like this. We just want to make a good game in the first place. And I'd say that normally customization is a premium feature, but we don't want it to be absolutely premium. And I'd say that we'll be looking for interesting ways for players to acquire it. And once the feature is ready, we'll talk about it again, and we'll see how it goes. So it's not quite yet decided, unfortunately or fortunately, but I do understand that people want skins to be available for all, or be cool, or be interesting as a reward for special missions, for example. I understand all this kind of requests, and yes, this is something we definitely want to look into.
Here is this question about extra shards.
Yes.
As you've said earlier, all extra shards are stored somewhere and there will be some usage for them.
Yes.
And like what?
So shards are saved as items, and all the shards you collect above this, you'll be able to either convert them or spend them for further upgrading if we make a next star for the hero. So I'd say the first feature is more likely than the second one, but they're safe right now, so they are not going to be in vain. They are not just going to disappear in vain.
And will we be able to convert one hero's shards to another hero's shards?
I cannot promise it to be released like exactly this way, but there will probably be a way to spend the shards for something else, maybe for the shards for other heroes, or for something else that player needs. But we don't want for the shards to just stay in the player's inventory and do nothing.
And is it going to continue like that? One new hero in each update?
Yes. Yeah, we intend to keep it this way.
Oh, it's about customization, like weapons and
the ship. So first of all, we are adding a new type of ship, epic ship, that would probably be in the update that is after this update. And we definitely don't want to stop introducing more ship features. As for stable gear bundles, we are adding a special type of chest where you can acquire a specific piece for a specific class. You'll be able to purchase specific type of equipment for your character via special offers, and maybe we'll add it to some other places as well. So this is something we are definitely gonna do. But as for a predefined set, I don't know. I have to think about it.
Thank you, Jin Power, the Almighty, for your time and detailed answers. Thank you all.
Thank you very much for joining us, and I have one last request for everyone. This was an experimental type of community event, so we want to know if you like this type of question and answer sessions, Q&A sessions. If you want us to do more like this, if you want us to speaking like this, if you can bear my accent in the future, just let us know if you want us to keep doing this. We'll be glad to follow your suggestions, ideas, and we would like to hear your feedback on this one.
Yeah, totally.
So feel free to share it. Thank you very much. We really love you guys, that you actively participate in our development, that you keep suggestion, that you keep bringing your ideas, and we really want you to keep doing this. And we really want to make this game more interesting and appealing to you. So please keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us, and bye.